It's gonna be a ride. Ride the garage gamer leads the way with his crew, then here to stay. Another late night with the garage gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Chris Thomas, Soul Jackson's Media Grounds, movie reviews and gaming sounds. Eric the Professor, knowledge so deep, gaming history, secrets it keeps. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Jackson's Media Grounds, movie reviews and gaming sounds. Eric the Professor, knowledge so deep, gaming history, secrets he keeps. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. Nathan the 8-bit legend, old school cool, retro games, he's the rule. Travis the PC master, tech so fine, building rigs, crossing the line. Late night with the Garage Gamer, where the fun never ends, where the fun. With Chris, Eric, Nathan, and Travis, they're your gaming friends. So grab your snacks and settle in, the Garage Gamer show is about to begin. Late night with the Garage Gamer, let the gaming fun begin.
What up, everybody? Late Night Live, episode 64 is here. And, hey, I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Let's see. Gallagher Guy, 88, thank you so much for sending everyone over from your show. Mike Hawkerts, what's up, brother? Some guy named Ace of Jack's Media Grounds. Who else we got? Meatball Saucy in the house from Hillsboro. I think that's where he's at tonight. The Cornercade. What's going up, man? How you doing? Has there been any Arcade 1-Up news this week? I think there was, maybe. I don't know. Meatball Saucy again. So, dude, thank you so much, everybody. Okay. Who else? Who we got tonight? Ace of Jack's Media Grounds. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
How's your week? Play any games?
I'm still playing Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Switch. Went back to Monster Hunter Wilds and did a couple of hunts on there. Also finished Space Quest 2. So I'm now going on to Space Quest 3. And we'll see if Eric is right and that it's the best one in the series, or if he's full of his fine Scotch. And
I already told you. Already told you. Space Quest 2 is the best. So, you know,
Eric only liked 3 the best because there's a part where you have to sneak around a ship.
Okay.
And that's it. Just that.
It's the most like Thief.
And then I played they put on the Game Pass the Blizzard Arcade with the original Lost Vikings 1 and 2 and Rock and Roll Racing.
No.
So I played a little Rock and Roll Racing tonight.
Okay.
So
what's going on? Joe Cade coming on Twitch. Appreciate you, brother. Any news in Atari right now? I figure you're the man for that. A light in this dark world. Good morning. Hey, good morning to you.
Or good night. Or good afternoon.
Whatever it is. Where in the world you
depending on
are.
where you're at.
J-Rod, what's going on? Let's see. Well, should we get to Dathan? Dathan, 8-bit gaming legend.
Hello, class. How we doing?
Where are you calling us from?
I am in Washington at the Washington State Gaming Expo. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm in the lobby area right now because there's no other place to go.
Security's okay with you being there this
I
time?
think so.
Security is a
No.
guy with a blunt in the back.
No one's come and yelled at me yet.
I like it better when they're not, to be honest,
Yeah.
Nathan. Like the suspense of seeing if you're going to get sick or thrown in cuffs.
Did you
Tased.
get to play any games this week?
I did. Well, I ended up missing last week's show. I had a
Right.
lot of stuff going on, so I did finish RoboCop on PSN, and I
Awesome.
did get to dive into Assassin's Creed Shadows. I got about 8 hours into that so far.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I'm here for you, J-Rod.
Yeah, game wise, that's where I'm at.
I saw that RoboCop game's coming to PlayStation Plus for
Next month.
the month of April. So if you guys don't have that, yeah, go check it out. It's cool. It'll be a free download if you have PlayStation Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Travis, the PC. Yeah, you're the PC master. We'll go with that.
I guess so. Yeah.
How was your
Good
week,
evening.
sir?
It was good. I mean, it was okay. You know, it wasn't good anymore.
Yeah.
But I played a couple games. So I I've continued with Assassin's Creed Mirage, and then this game called Amuro. It was I'm trying to find it. It's a game that was recommended to me on a list of games that if you like Inscription. Omori, Omori. But it's like a JRPG sort of game.
Okay.
But it's rather strange. So I think that's why it gets recommended to you if you like Inscription. So you like weird stuff? Okay, how about this one? I think that was kind of what made that list, you know. But yeah, it's rather strange. So, but it's there. It's the indie game that is taking place with Assassin's Creed Mirage. So
Nice.
yeah.
Mike Hawkerts, we're gonna.
And
get
I feel like
to
I should get
that.
through Assassin's Creed Mirage before going to Shadows, but everything can jump into Shadows.
Yeah.
The reviews
Mount
for Shadows
Horse?
have been great. So
Yeah, we enjoyed talking about it last week.
yeah,
Dathan missed out.
I know.
Well, they did. It's the 5th highest selling game in Japan. So even with all the controversy, it's obviously sold pretty well over there for them.
Yeah.
Fourth Horseman is playing Mass Effect 2, dude. That's an awesome game. I love that game. Have a great time. All right, so we got a great. I think it's going to be a great show. It's going to be. We got a ton of stuff to talk about this week. So the main topic is last Saturday, you guys?
Yep.
I didn't go to it. Did Travis? Did you go to this? But the Bit Brigade.
I did not go.
I can't talk. Bit Brigade band was here locally, and we checked it out. And Chris took video, so we're gonna play that, and we'll give you guys our thoughts on that. There was a Nintendo Direct that kind of popped out of nowhere on Wednesday. I think they gave us maybe a day notice, but there was some interesting little tidbits in there, stuff to talk about. And then a whole bunch of toys and interesting stuff to buy came up really fast and quick this weekend. So I want to try to get to as much of it as I can. And then if there's anything like home arcade you guys want to talk about too, like I didn't get to see the stream before us too much, but I know Galaga guy was sad that everyone was all depressed or something last week. I don't know. Maybe you guys give me a recap, but I don't know. Does anyone actually care about Japan's sales? I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, we should have a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get to the Bit Brigades. I can't say it.
Bit Brigade.
It's like a tongue twister thing.
And they're from Georgia or Athens, Georgia.
Oh, okay. I think I might have been to Athens, Georgia before. I gotta look. Is someone actually playing a game and then there's a live band playing the soundtrack? Is that kind of what I got?
Yep. That's what
Cool.
they have a guy that sits there and plays the modded or emulated. So they mod them out, and then
Why can't they play the original version?
I don't think they play the original. They don't play the original version because this one has their logos and stuff embedded in the code. Like so when the game when he finishes the game, it says like all the thank yous and stuff like that, and it says like thank you. They name off all the band players and all that stuff.
I see. So a couple guys on guitar. There's a guy on drums. Looks like there's quite a few people in the audience there.
I think it's more the
Thanks,
the
bro.
timing for it, because as he goes through the level and everything, everything's timed so perfectly as far as them playing the music.
Did he do any like cheat codes or anything? Did you play any stages that you'd never seen before or anything?
No, he went through the entire game, but he had he kind of took the secret path to go through it.
Yeah, he didn't use the Star World at all. I don't think, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, I think he skipped that whole thing. But he took a lot of the like the hidden entrances or the hidden gates and doors and stuff to bypass a lot of the main stuff.
That'd be cool if someone was in the audience and they're seeing this for the first time and they're like, wow, I want to play that game. And then they realize it came out like over 30 years ago. That'd be a real gotcha moment.
Those graphics. I've never seen something so cool. The last game I played was Pong.
But anything, so how long did the show last? Was it fun? Was it good?
It was a ton of fun.
Yeah, it was about hour 15, hour 30 between F-Zero and this. It was about an hour 15, hour 30.
Was the guy any good at F-Zero?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was only one race he lost, or he came in like second on.
Mm-hmm. He played He played it on expert too.
If they had a physical copy, but was that the point? They didn't have a physical copy. All right, and then I heard you guys maybe went over to the arcade bar here in town.
Coin Jam.
Did you guys go over there? There was some issue with the stern
mistake.
pinball.
That was a mistake.
No, I just wanted to let's probe you. What's going on? What happened?
I don't understand how you don't have these machines stern connected.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Did Dathan you freeze? Oh, there you go. You're back. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna have to leave and come back.
Okay. It's all good.
So they didn't have them stern connected, huh?
Nope, none of them were stern connected, and we found out.
I've been telling you guys that, but you guys didn't believe me.
So is the place just in disarray since they closed and reopened, right? Because they closed like officially, right?
It's not in disarray. They're busy as hell, but I think they don't. It's like they don't.
Yeah, but ownership wise, you know what I mean? Like, is it as when I went before it closed, before pandemic, all this stuff, I thought it was cool. And before that, I'd been to Ground Control because that's close to me. Been out to Quarter World, all the Portland joints, right? And a couple of Chicago and stuff. And then here, though, I thought Coin Jam was just fine. I thought their food was good. I thought their service was good. And then they closed, right? Like, didn't they closed for good? And then they reopened?
Yeah, that was 4 years ago or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so since they reopened, have they been top notch, or has it been just kind of?
It's everything else is good. Like they've got good bathrooms, they've got a lot of fun games in there. The only issue, they've got great food in there, from what I can tell.
So the food's still good. Okay.
The problem is they haven't connected their stern machines, and if you guys want to know what's available that's connected in the area. You got to have that Stern app. See. You can check the map and you can see who's connected or not, and it'll tell you. And we have not had anything in town in Salem. We live in Salem here, me and Chris. Salem is the second biggest city in the state of Oregon now, and we don't have really anything connected except for some small bars that have maybe one machine. And it is ridiculous that this one place has, oh god, they have at least 10 over there. And did they just get the Dungeons and Dragons pinball, and they're not going to connect that?
What? Yeah, they got the pro version of Dungeons and Dragons, and I played that one 3 times, and I had a 190 million score on my second playthrough, and I was like, this is amazing, but it can't update and show that I did this on the app because they haven't got them connected.
Right.
So it was like, is it a case of they have to pay to connect them, or is it a case? And it's like it came out. No, once they have the Stern connection on the machine, they don't have to pay. It's free to connect them.
Well, that's the thing, and I know that Ryan texted. I'm sorry, Ryan.
I texted B Kong earlier in the week. Yeah, and asked him about it.
All of the machines had the barcode by the plunger. So, but I looked online, and apparently you have to pay $200 per machine for them to be connected.
That's if you have an older machine that you want to add the upgrade kit to. But if you buy a brand new machine, like you're buying Dungeons and Dragons, should be ready to go right out of the box.
There's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse for them not to have it connect. Period. At all.
Exactly.
And and I was talking with Eric. When we were there, and we didn't even want to play it because it's not connected. It's like we're just gonna, we're not gonna be able to level up. We're not gonna be able to do anything because that's kind of the point of the game, isn't it? To be able to boost your character and your stats.
Exactly.
I will say this is that the NBA game that they had was fantastic. Chris and I had a good time. We had a good time playing that, and he beat me with a buzzer beater with 0.9 seconds left, or 0.09 or whatever it was. So,
did they have the new? Was it the new NBA like Showtime game or whatever?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really like that.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. That buzzer beater is the Blazers that beat him.
That's easy to do. No, I just feel like they're. I've gone in there on a Friday night, I don't know, a couple months ago or something, and they were packed. I feel like they don't even need maybe the pinball business anymore, like the hardcore tournament stuff. They're not looking for that, I think. That's the only explanation I can think of, because, like, I don't know, maybe they're big in.
I think it's definitely a missed opportunity, because if you guys are saying that there's not anything that's really connected down there, that's a prime spot for that to do that.
Yeah, if you have a home machine, you're not going to show up on the map because you don't want the public to know where you are, for sure. So, well, sorry to hear that, you guys. I did get to go to Next Level earlier this week, and
nice.
I played Dungeons & Dragons. I thought it was good.
Premium or pro or limited?
Limited. They're all limited there, man. I played the limited X-Men. I think I'd played that before. I got my highest score I'd ever gotten on that.
Nice.
And I feel like it definitely plays better than the last time I played the pro or whatever that was at
Public House.
Yeah, Public House.
Yeah.
Eric is at a whiskey tasting event.
Scotch tasting event.
Okay.
No, it's the Eric's Finer Things Club Scotch tasting event is what it's called.
Did they have cheese?
Yeah.
Probably.
And we were just talking earlier, like, he is involved with so much stuff, you guys. Not only is he doing like a podcast, he's doing ballet, he's doing the Scotch tasting.
Finer Things Club.
He's like,
get it right.
Where he does like science fiction night.
I think he joined a women's hot yoga class too.
Well, that's just a smart move.
I didn't say it's a bad move. I just think it's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And dance classes. Yeah, he's very very worldly. You know, very
security
cultured.
coming.
Is he going to Brazil soon?
I don't know. We'll have to ask. Maybe.
No, he's going to Europe, somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's supposed to be going to Europe.
Europe in June.
Mm.
And we're going to Phoenix. Oh yeah, speaking of, Eric and I will be in Phoenix next weekend. We will be on the show in some form or fashion. So
next weekend,
Game On Expo.
Short notice for our fans to tag along, but you know.
Yes,
that'd be cool if you meet. Yeah, if there's anyone out in the chat that's going to Game On Expo, you can meet Dathan and Eric there. Okay, so that'd be pretty sweet. Last night, I posted a video earlier the week. I also went to the Lego Jurassic World event. If you guys wanted to check that out, it's on my channel. But last night, Dathan and I didn't see you there because there's so many people. But we went to opening day in Seattle, and I took my son. We had a great time. I got my my hot dog hat that doesn't really fit with my headphones on. $30. Is that cool? No, nothing.
It's a thing.
$30 thing.
Yeah. I will give it this. It's not just repainted leftovers.
Exactly.
So Ryan, it's a funny thing about those pins that you're.
I love collecting the pins.
Yeah. So I got a bunch, and my buddy wanted to sell them on eBay.
Oh, okay.
And they're selling for, I think we sold 3 so far.
Oh, really? And well, this one, it says on the bottom, limited out of 500. I've never seen that before.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yep. I haven't seen it before either. And we were asking the cashier about that. She said, yeah, they're only making 500 and that's it. No more.
Okay.
Yeah.
They used to have, I also got a, like a faux ball. It says opening day. I like that. And it's got the date on it. They used to have baseballs there that would have a opening day stamp on it, and I would have got like a real ball from the authentication store, but they don't do the opening day stamp on the baseball anymore, and I'm not sure exactly why. Yeah. You know, and it's actually my son's, but yeah, I'm the one who bought it. And I got a T-shirt too, and he got one of those little wooden bats. They said, make sure you're not getting on a plane because they won't allow you on a plane with a little bat.
Really?
But, yeah. But we had a good time. So Dathan got to buy a jersey, as far as I can tell. And I don't know if you have it there with you, but
it's in the room.
They have the Nintendo patch, which would be cool. Like I wanted to just get that patch that says Nintendo on it. They would not sell it to me. You have to buy a jersey to get the patch. And but Dathan went and got the jersey, and you got the patch. But it sounds like it was an ordeal for you a little bit.
You know, it kind of was because I didn't. The instructions were very vague on how to get this accomplished. So you had to buy one of the jerseys that was on the rack or on the wall. And then you had to take it to the register, and then you had to pay. Then you had to either walk it up when they opened the gates to the stitching place, or they would walk it up for you. And so I couldn't really understand.
Sketch.
I kept asking the question multiple times because I didn't know. And so I paid for everything, and then she handed the jersey off to some guy that he was supposed to take it up there, and he looked absolutely clueless. Had no idea what was going on. I'm like, well, that's gone forever now. And so we waited. She's like, well, you can pick it up after the game. Like, I'm not waiting until after the game because there's that many people there, and that's just not going to work. So we went before the first pitch, and then so we walk up there, and I'm already I'm 3 beers in, guys, so it's not not really coherent all that too much. So we get over there, and then the guy doesn't have it. He's like, I don't have it. I don't know where it is. And so,
oh brother.
Luckily the guy was really cool who did the stitching and the ironing and stuff. And he's like, we'll go down and check him. So
you
he
still
went
had a
down
receipt?
there. Yeah. He went down there. He found it, came back up, and he's like, I'll just take care of it. This is free now in front of all these people. So he took care of it right then and there.
Oh, good.
And so I got
Nice.
it. So it wasn't what started out as a debacle, and then he made it a whole lot better when he went down and took care of it himself.
I think what I experienced, it's like the first day, first day working for a lot of people down there, and they're not used to the custom jersey kind of thing. I think I've done the custom jersey at least once there, and it's the custom jersey area is on a second level, and you buy everything on the first level, and you got to bring it up, and
it looks really cool. I'm actually glad I did it. I got it on a Ichiro jersey because I'm a big fan of Ichiro.
He dropped the first pitch the other night, right?
He did. It was good. But that's for the home, because I got a home jersey, and then the away jersey, it has the Nintendo Switch 2 logo, but it's like the big, like the block logo. So I just went with the home one, and so I'm happy with the way it turned out. It looks good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So as far as I can tell, they're at least through this year, and we'll see what happens next year with the sponsorship. But you might have a collector's item there, so I don't know. They will, they don't want you putting the Nintendo logo on something you're not supposed to. Apparently, they're real strict about that. But there's nothing to stop you from taking the patch off right now.
No,
putting it on something,
putting it
on your backpack.
I asked the guy how many there's, because it sounds like they've been selling them since they announced it. From what it sounds like, and he said they haven't been selling very many. So I don't know if it's just not many Nintendo people or whatever, but don't care. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, cool. But you can sure spend a lot there. I spent at least $150 in that team store last night, and then pay another $15 in sales tax. It adds up, but it was worth it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I think that one year I went with you to the opening game, I bought a Mariners jacket for $60. It was on clearance.
That's not bad.
So, yeah, I can see you spending a lot of money, especially if you buy the stuff that's on regular price.
Especially in like their game used sections too. They have those throughout the arena, also, or the stadium, and they have like game used bases and bats and all that stuff, and you can easily spend $700-800 just on some random things.
But you had 3 beers, and do you have any good food there too? Was the beer good?
The beer was very good. Food wise, it was just your basic hot dogs and stuff like the hot dog.
Yeah.
Cold beer and stale dogs is where it's at when you go to a baseball game. Period.
We got a big thing of popcorn, and we got a cup of chocolate ice cream that was like filled all the way like beyond the top, and they put sprinkles on it for my son, and we're trying to scarf that down. And then before the game started, we were at the bar across the street and had a big thing of French fries because my son loves fries, but we got way too many, and it was all good times. Yeah. Way more Nintendo people. I think in the chat right now there are. For sure. All right, let's get on to the Nintendo stuff. So there was a Nintendo Direct this week. I'm assuming most of you guys watch it. Travis, did you watch any of the Nintendo Direct?
No, I did not.
That's all right. So we got some stuff to cover here. So
hello, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto.
I'm assuming Travis has a phone.
Has a which one?
A phone?
Yeah, I have a phone.
There is a Nintendo app now.
Not a
Did
real
you know
phone.
that? There's a Nintendo app that you get your news from.
Yep.
Oh.
And they announced the release date of the Legend of Zelda movie.
Yeah, that was today.
On the app. So
when is the release date again?
It is 2027. It is.
Don't hold your breath, Meatball Saucy.
The week after Sonic 4 comes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I think Mario comes out 2 weeks after that.
No way.
I think so. I think Mario
that is way too close.
I think Mario is right around then too.
Well, you better take that month off. You better not go anywhere to Phoenix or anything, Dathan. Oh, this is all news to Meatball Saucy. All right. We're here for you, bro. So I got the app. It looks okay. I mean, we're already pretty in tune with the news right now.
Yeah.
But I think there's the general public maybe isn't. Maybe they're like Travis and
not me.
The casual.
March 26th, 2027 is when the live action Legend of Zelda movie will be released.
Okay, well, when's the Mario movie 2 release date? Google that.
They don't have that on here, so let me look.
That's what I'm asking.
Keyboard Chris.
I'm 2 beers in. Give me a moment here. No. AI, you have failed me.
What are you asking AI about it?
No, I'm asking Google, but their AI came up and it's like, Mario 2 came out in 1988.
Well, it did, to be fair. It's not wrong.
It's over, Johnny.
They do not have a release date for Super Mario 2.
Yeah, they do. Pretty sure.
Not according to...
I hate this one.
All right, let's see.
Nintendo Switch 2. Okay.
April 3rd, 2026.
April 3rd.
2026.
Yeah. So
the other one's 2027.
That's right.
So it's a year after the Mario movie.
Yep.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You know, I'm curious if they're gonna make some sort of multiverse type thing. This, like the end credit scene of Mario's gonna have some sort of Zelda thing, or who knows?
Well, the original Mario kind of felt like they were going towards Super Smash Brothers method. So I'm kind of curious if at some point they're going to be like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and make a Super Smash Brothers movie.
Well, that's next year.
I do think it's interesting with the Nintendo Direct, the Patapon 1 and 2 replay. Because if you haven't looked up, is a Japan studio game.
What is this have to do with the app?
This has to do with the Direct.
Oh, we're not. We're still talking about the app here, bro.
Oh,
you're skipping ahead.
Yeah, I'm jumping.
All right, go ahead. Talk about your what? Talk about your game.
Patapon 1 and 2 is a Japan studio game. So Japan Studio is the group that was moved over and made Astrobot.
Okay.
So Patapon 1 and 2 were PSP games. And they're being re-released on the Switch. So Nintendo is now getting Switch game or Sony games on their system. And they're getting Xbox games on their system, but neither Sony nor Xbox are getting Nintendo games. So it's kind of funny how they're releasing these games from Sony and Microsoft, but yet Nintendo doesn't really need them.
Money.
Yeah.
All right. This was some interesting
news.
Cards,
you can put a game featuring Mario in this Nintendo Switch
did you hear about what?
and a
maybe
Legend
Travis
of Zelda
hasn't watched
game
this
in
yet.
this one. Freely inserting the games you have on hand into any system you want. But what if digital games could be as flexible and convenient as game cards? Well, here's what we came up with. Introducing the Virtual Game Card. In the future, virtual game cards can be used for digital games. When purchasing
I like
the
how it
digital
had
version
1-2
of the game,
switch back there.
it will be loaded onto your system as a virtual game card, allowing you to play that title. Your digital games will be lined up as virtual game cards on a dedicated management screen. Here, you can load
Keyboard
and
Chris is
eject your
going crazy
virtual game
tonight on
cards
that
and
keyboard.
manage which games you can play on your system. If you have two Nintendo Switch systems, you can eject a virtual game card from one and load it onto the second. Now you can play this game on the second system wherever and whenever you want, just as if you had inserted a physical game card. With virtual game cards, you can freely load and arrange which games you play on up to two systems. Local communication with your second system is required, but only the first time. You can also lend out virtual game cards to your Nintendo account family group members. Connect to your family group member system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Choose the title you're lending and who you're lending it to. And you're done. They can now play on their own system. You can only lend one game at a time to a particular person. Games can be lent out for 2 weeks, after which they will automatically return to you, making digital games even easier to use. Virtual Game Card.
I will say with that, I think the one thing people are going to get stuck on and not understand is the local network connection.
Right.
So there's going to be probably a lot of people that are like, why can't I lend this game to my friend in my family group who's across the country? This isn't working. They said it would.
It's so far behind from what other digital platforms are allowing. You know, I mean, like in Steam, you can just loan games out.
I thought this was just like Steam.
No, there's no local area network connection required at all with the Steam family sharing.
No, but you do have to be part of the family sharing.
Yeah.
So if Chris wanted to share a game with his adopted son Eric, he'd have to be on the same Wi-Fi network to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it would only be there for 2 weeks. So they'd have to meet up again to send it back.
Right.
After 2 weeks.
It's just like a real family. We'd actually have to meet up.
Yeah, so let me get this straight. You got to really be a part of his actual family. Wow, what a concept.
I mean, and there's nothing in there that says anything about after the 14 days you can't relend the games to those people. So if there's a game that somebody's really into and it takes them longer than 14 days to beat, you could essentially, as long as you're on the same network, relend it to them for another 14 days.
But
and they did say that your save data would stay on there too. Like that's not going to go away.
Right. Yeah. But with Steam, it's up to 5 members in your family group is what you're allowed. It doesn't really have to be family. And then it's and there is no like one member gets one game. They have access to your whole library. So all 5 people just have access to your whole library. So I guess I don't understand why Nintendo didn't just feel that it was okay to do that.
I mean, I guess I don't see this being like a huge deal breaker. I mean, it's nice to have. I mean, I'd rather have it than
Well, it's better than not having it. Yeah,
yeah,
it
exactly.
seems like a lot of effort to try to protect something that I just don't think. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's that deal.
To me,
sure there's going to be some people and some family accounts that are going to think this is fantastic. This is the greatest thing.
Sure.
But, other people will be like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
People who are only in the Nintendo ecosystem, they're going to think it's awesome because they won't know better, right? That's the thing is like I know a better system, so I look at it. And then on top of that, I think Nintendo's missing the point. If the physical copy thing that people are buying their stuff for is more than just to be able to share it between systems and that's I bet a lot of people don't do that period because they don't want somebody screwing up their game.
They're not missing the point. The whole point for them, for Nintendo, is they're trying to combat piracy. So that's
no. I get it. I
here.
get it. But what I'm saying is that the point that they're missing is that the people who are buying physical copies, I think, are buying it to collect, not buying it because, I can loan it to my friend and get it back. That's not why they're buying.
No one does that unless you're in elementary school or something.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So what I meant by they're missing the point is that they're trying to solve a problem in that way that I don't think that there is. That people who are buying the cartridges are buying it because they want to collect it. And they should recognize that and do things to, and maybe they do, but do things to encourage that behavior.
I really think it's Nintendo cracking down on piracy because they don't want people getting leaked copies of the games or games on these modded Switches and, that release early somehow that fall off the truck and suddenly it's all over the internet. And this is going to should eliminate all of that. So unless you actually have the physical game cartridge and you've added the digital copy, the actual game card, whatever this is called now, and you've shared it with your family members or whatever, those are the only people that are going to be able to play it. You're not going to be able to put this all over the internet and blast it and be the pirate king. So it's so you're combating piracy and you're gonna make more money, Nintendo, doing this, and you're gonna kind of look like the good guy that that we're helping with sharing our games better, now. I think that's kind of what it screams to me. So and everyone's gonna have 2 Switches in a little bit here, right? So that I would just assume you would be able to download the games that you bought on your other Switch, and use it on your new Switch, no problem, whatever. But let's make it a little complicated, I guess. But yeah. You want to borrow my games? No. All right, moving on. Let's talk about some of the games they announced anyway. There was a Konami game, Gradius Origins. No, if you guys ask me to borrow this game, I will say F you. No, I'm just kidding. Did you guys play Gradius back in the day? Do you have this on NES, Dathan?
Yes.
Seems like
I had this. I had Life Force. I think that was it for those stuff.
Seems like wasn't this arcade, and then they ported it to NES, and then I think I remember it maybe from more Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo kind of days.
I think Gradius was originally an arcade game.
Yeah.
The only one on here that I think was new was it Salamander 3? Or Gradius
Some of these
3?
games I think were only released in Japan, so I'm just assuming. But, this looks like a game I'll play for an hour or something. Hopefully it's not that expensive. I see that there's I didn't pull it up on the screen, but there's a physical copy you can get. Dathan is upside down. You're Spider-Man, dude.
It's pretty rad.
That is cool. All right. Mike Hawkhurst wants to talk about the Marvel game, so let's get to that. I'm assuming.
Oh, copyright strike.
Yep.
Think so, with the Marvel logo?
Yep.
I just played Salamander and Life Force side by side in a virtual arcade last night. That's cool. I also, where I last played probably Gradius was on the NES Classic. I think it's on there. We lost Dathan. I think this was the game he was really excited for.
Huh.
Gradius was on the Sega Saturn.
Oh, okay, cool.
That late.
Yeah. They put it in a compilation. And so it was released on the Sega Saturn and PlayStation. But the original Gradius was not released on the Genesis.
Well, anyway, talk about this Marvel game. You guys, all right, I think Dathan's back. Dathan, you there? Dathan. Is he frozen?
No. Now he's upside down again. Oh.
Can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, the Marvel Cosmic Invasion looks really good.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to play it, honestly.
It looks like it's by Emu, the same guys that made the Shredder's Revenge. It looks like it's using that exact same engine.
You know, I'm perfectly fine with it, especially with 15 Marvel characters to play.
Oh, okay. They definitely haven't announced the 15 yet.
Yeah, so I'm...
Was he? We got Spider-Man, we got Wolverine, we got Storm. I think I saw Nova.
Venom's supposed to be one of them.
Venom.
So,
who's that? Who's that? I should know that.
There's Nova.
Wolverine. Did we say Wolverine?
Venom, Captain America. Storm and Captain. I have my eye that's been attacked. I don't know what her name is.
That's all right. I gotta think they're gonna add Iron Man at one point. Who else they gotta add? Oh yeah, this would be good on a new arcade machine. Maybe Dathan can talk about it. Dathan, can you hear us?
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. It's all good. What do you think about the new Marvel game?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What? Okay.
Who is the flying woman with the short hair?
What's your question?
Who's the flying woman with the short hair in this game?
Flying woman with short hair. The video for me is kind of breaking up a little bit.
Oh, okay. We gotta add more X-Men. What other characters do you think they're gonna add?
That is Philavelle.
Who?
She's also known as Captain Marvel, Kazar, and Martyr.
I'm gonna turn the volume on.
Yeah.
So her other names are Captain Marvel, Quasar, or Martyr. So she's the daughter of Elysius, a genetically engineered woman patterned after the Eternals of Titan.
That means nothing to me. But go ahead.
Exactly.
Holy catfish!
Yeah. I mean, based on this, I've never ever heard of this character, so I don't know. But it is Philavelle is the character name.
Who cares?
So, but yeah, they've announced there are 15 characters that will be in the game, but they've only announced 2, 4, 6, 7. They've only actually shown 7 characters that will be playable right now.
I gotta think Iron Man. They gotta add Iron Man, right, Dathan?
Oh yeah, I would assume so.
Wonder if they add someone from the Fantastic Four, maybe, because that movie's coming out.
Maybe Thor.
Thor would be good. Yep, they gotta have Thor. Who else? Black Panther.
Ant-Man, maybe.
Ant-Man would be good.
I mean, if we do like the Marvel Avengers Doom reveal for all the people involved in that, then maybe we'll get half of them. I don't know.
Miss Marvel.
Namor.
No one likes Namor. They probably would do Namor. They should add Superman just for the hell of it.
Professor X.
Yeah, and he just rides around in his wheelchair.
Magneto. Ian McKellen.
Magneto would be good, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, Venom's technically a bad guy too, but
he's a
anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero guy. Yeah. All right, but I think the point is for all this, I think we'll play this when it comes out. Looks like it's coming to all major platforms, not just Nintendo. So that'll be cool sometime this year. So yeah, this should be fun. You guys all in agreement with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think I'll
pick it up.
Yeah. All right. I got one more game I want to talk about from the Direct.
Tamagotchi Life. I'm excited for this one.
Oh yeah, I think that looks good. Boom. What is that? Does that say Tamagotchi Life? This is a game that Travis will definitely play on Steam, right?
Yep. That's exactly what Professor X does.
Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures.
Is Metroid or Samus is going to go fight at the Avatar world? That's kind of what I get.
She's
what
not
planet is that,
alone,
Chris?
though. Abhorrent alien creatures
Pandora.
living in the jungle.
Pandora?
Are waiting
That's Star Wars.
Pandora was the
Pandora. Pandora.
Yeah.
I thought you said Endora.
No, Pandora. The Avatar world. Although, with the announcement of the next Avatar movie, I'm pretty sure they're just ripping off Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It kind of looks like it a little bit to me. Yeah.
They got the Fire Nation and the Wind Nation in the next one. They had the Water Nation in the last one.
They had in the first trailer they did. It looks like he was aboard or she was aboard a spaceship the whole time, or a space station. Oh, J-Rod's still talking about Marvels. Yeah. Colossus could be good.
Yeah.
They could bring back all the original characters from the X-Men 6-player game. Why not? Meatball Saucy says Prime 4 looks great. I look forward to playing it on my ROG Ally. I will share a video in the Discord when it happens. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to play it if you, again, going back to the virtual game cards. Maybe your virtual game card will work on your ROG Ally. They did show the box art earlier, and I don't have that here, but it is up. It looks cool. Dathan, any thoughts on Metroid Prime 4? This little bit they showed.
I'm obviously I'll pick it up. I'm a big Metroid fan, but this is what they showed was pretty much bare bones. Obviously, not a whole lot to look at, but just a small teaser. I'm more interested to see what Eric says about it because he's a bigger fan of Metroid than I think all of us are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not here to talk about it. Oh, well, I guess we'll...
He's too busy drinking a scotch and ignoring
he's busy
us.
at the Finer Things Club.
He didn't want to talk about...
And taking notes.
He didn't want to talk about the space jump thing. The space boots.
No, the space jumps, yes.
Well, you don't need this in this one. It's all psychic abilities, so you're obviously Professor X in this one.
Also, there is no release date again still for this.
It just says 2025.
Yeah.
My guess would be holiday. I'm going to say probably November.
They had Metroid Dread when that released a couple years ago. That was in the summertime, I remember.
So because it's not going to be released with the Switch 2, they've already confirmed that, right?
No,
I
they
would be
haven't.
shocked.
No, they
I would be
haven't,
shocked
yeah.
if it was.
Yeah.
Well, and then you're going into, we can talk about the Switch 2, the rumors about it, and the 3 phases that they've supposedly said they're going to do with it.
Because I thought that the Metroid Prime was going to be, initially I thought that was going to be why Eric had to buy it. Like I thought it was in that group of initial releases, but then I guess if they took it out, coming 2025 would mean that they're taking it out of the release batch.
Well, we don't know. I mean, April 2nd is when they're going to have their Switch 2 Direct. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you talk about all the rumors around it, April 9th is when the pre-orders for Switch 2 will start. June is when the Switch 2 will actually be released.
Oh, June is when it's being released.
And with this, it's going to be a 3-phase. So in June, they will release the Switch 2 with Nintendo exclusive games, which could
this
be
is all rumor, by the way. I mean, we'll know for sure next week, but
with Metroid Prime 4 maybe being one of the Switch 2 release games.
Okay, yeah, it could be then.
And then in October, September area, they'll release some third-party games, but then holiday season is when a majority of the games will be released for the Switch 2. Which, I mean, it's not... If you're wanting to kind of get more third-party support, if you release your system early in the year, then when holiday season comes around, you kind of have more third-party games coming out with it as well. So it kind of is like, look, we've already got systems out the door. People already have them. If you start releasing games during the holiday season, they'll buy it for the new system.
Yeah.
So it somewhat makes sense, but it's all rumor and speculation at this point.
All they need to do is just make it so it plays on the original Switch 1, as far as I could, I'd be concerned about. And
not if you want that.
Not if you want to capture the sales.
You want to get Eric.
If you got a Switch 2, you're going to want to play the new game. So that's why I say, as long as it runs on the Switch 1, you can upgrade it.
Yeah, and if you go to the website for the virtual card things, there's also a little asterisk section down below that says that there are Switch 2 enhanced versions that will be coming out. So it looks like they're probably going to have like some of those Switch 1 games that will be enhanced for the Switch 2 as well, with the virtual card system. But obviously Meatball Saucy just wants to be able to play on his ROG Ally. And
I know. I hate to tell you, buddy, but it's not gonna go again. Going back, that was my whole point with the virtual game cards. Someone is gonna have to figure out a way around this if you want to play it on your ROG Ally, because this is Nintendo cracking down on that shit hard.
Well, then I do wonder if part of the reason for this virtual card system is why they got rid of the gold coin system too. Because if they're making it so you can actually like share your games with your digital copies with other people, why would they give you a discount on digital games anymore? Because they're essentially losing that sale if you can share the game with somebody else.
But they assume it's happening already. That's the thing. I don't know. Again, I think it's all this is Nintendo cracking down on piracy to me. So we'll see.
Damn it, Travis!
We'll know more next week.
All this.
I know
they're gonna watch this stream like, oh, who are these guys that are gonna play this on their ROG Ally? All right. Okay. I got the topic of the week for Dathan here. You ready, Dathan?
Enlighten me, please.
All right. Oh, geez, I got the volume up way.
God.
Hiya,
I want to buy this so bad.
Here.
Introducing the Robosen Bumblebee G1 flagship robot. A voice-activated, fully customizable converting Autobot, meticulously designed over the course of 5 years in collaboration with our official licensed partners Hasbro and Volkswagen. In vehicle mode, Robosen flawlessly recreates the iconic Beetle with a premium auto-grade high-gloss paint finish that brings an enduring classic feel, which any car enthusiast will love and appreciate. Bumblebee is equipped with an all-new front-wheel steering technology that offers the most agile driving experience ever offered before. Robosen's latest technology is on
You can
full
actually
display
drive it on the
with
highway.
a custom-designed rear hub servo that distributes powerful energy throughout Bumblebee when in vehicle mode, ensuring that each turn and acceleration is a blast to control.
Autobots engage the enemy. I will stomp you out, you little beast.
Hey, it's
Oh,
done.
that looks cool.
Megatron must be stopped. No
Nathan, do you have all the other ones already?
Autobots.
I don't have
battle
Grimlock
mode initiate.
Oh, man.
You know, I
because he's like $1,600.
This is our chance to
God.
stop Megatron.
Take control of Bumblebee anytime, anywhere with integrated voice command, where you can convert from robot to Beetle and back. Featuring the original talent of Dan Gilvezan, this classic G1 hero is truly more than meets the eye. In robot mode, Bumblebee is
I don't know if it can really do all
best-in-class
that, but
lifelike bipedal walking algorithm. He effortlessly strides into battle with ease.
I got a
and
ROG
speed.
Ally. I'm going to be able to
For the
play all
first
that
time
stuff on my
ever,
ROG Ally. man.
Robosen
I don't know
upgrades the
about- I don't know
multiplayer
about this.
experience to a new level. With the ability to coordinate 3 or more flagship Robosen Transformers bots
My
together,
ROG Ally can turn
bringing
into
amazing
a
sequences to life. In the mobile app, you'll find plenty of customizations and programming options, including combat poses ready to download.
dude, we just
and
need to get a
We have to
Robosen
stop him, no matter what.
sponsorship
or
on this
level up your
podcast, and we'll
customization
be
using
good.
Robosen Studio. Control
Yeah, can
every servo
Robosen
to create
help
incredible
sponsor this
action
podcast?
sequences.
I'll review their
From
product
Autobot
for free.
combat
Come on,
tactics
Robosen.
to killer
Just
dance moves.
send us
If you
one
can
of each,
imagine
and
it,
we'll go ahead and
you can
gladly
make it
review
happen
them.
with Bumblebee.
I can ask him at TFCon in October.
There you go.
I want Grimlock because Dathan doesn't have it.
The battle is won.
Just
but
to piss
the
him
war
off.
is far
That wouldn't
from
piss me off one bit
They
at all.
Let's roll out.
That
look
Bumblebee
really
is-
cool when they're all together. I think Bumblebee by
From
himself
Robosen
is
and
kinda
Transformers,
ho-hum.
pre-order the Bumblebee G1
He's
flagship
not
robot
as,
now.
He's not as short as I expected, to be honest. When next to that Optimus Prime one.
All right, so Dathan, I guess the big thing I was hearing that you're not liking the price. What's the
No,
price? Is
I
it $8.99?
I was shocked at how expensive it was. I thought it was going to be around. Well, this is early bird price. There's a retail price. I think Meatball said it was 13. I think it was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
And my only my guess is that it's because it has the VW license on it. That was my guess. Because it's a lot smaller than Megatron, and I think Megatron was cheaper than this one.
Can you still buy Megatron on their website?
Yeah. You
Whoa.
can't buy. I don't think you can buy because they have flagship versions of each of these, and I think all the flagships are sold out. You can't. So you can just buy like the regular ones. I'm not quite sure what the flagship ones are compared to the other ones, if they're a little bit shorter or whatever.
Hey,
yeah,
Robosen. Hey, Robosen, I want to say you guys are doing an amazing job. I think this is a great price. And if you want me to review this product for you, I will. Don't listen to these other guys who are saying this is too expensive. I think this is very affordable.
I think it's only
send it my way.
I think that if this did not have the VW license, I think it'd probably be $250 to $300 less than what it is.
I also love VW. That's my favorite car.
That's kind of what I think. this is probably going to be a pass for me. Which is fine. I do have the other version that doesn't transform, but I was a little kind of shocked.
They do have. It's the Bumblebee G1 Performance does the exact same stuff as the what'd you call it? The flagship. It's $3.99 for that one.
I have that one.
Oh, you do?
It just doesn't transform. That's the only thing.
Really?
And I think the head is a little bit different too. I think the face sculpt is a little different.
Well, Robeson, if you send us this product, we will gladly review it and we will give it an honest 5 stars.
Actually, Meatball said that. Post that last comment up again.
Yeah.
So I got the flagship Prime, and it was $900 at launch. And I think Megatron was I think I only paid $749. And that was both flagship when I got those.
Well, if Robeson sends it to us, I will not review it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll review it for you.
No, yeah, you can review
I'll review it if I can keep it.
If they send me the dinosaur, I'll review the dinosaur since that was one of 2 Transformers I had as a child.
Dathan, how accurate is that? Does this look to the original toy?
It's pretty spot on. That's pretty good.
Pretty spot on.
Oh, is it really?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
So the Bumblebee, the Bumblebee is real.
It's more accurate to the toy or the cartoon.
I think a little bit of both. To be honest, I mean, I look at that and I see the cartoon, and I remember seeing the toy, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Would you rather it be more accurate to the toy or the cartoon?
The cartoon.
The cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I figured the toy.
Yeah, because this is fairly, from what I remember of the original Transformers series, cartoon series. This is what Bumblebee was.
Yeah.
The next version, they're going to do the Bumblebee from the Michael Bay, and it's going to blow this one out of the water.
Because I was going to say,
I mean, that's pretty cool. If it's all robotic and everything.
Well, I talked to the one of the head guys at Roboson at New York Comic Con. He said they're going to have three Transformers releasing this year. So this is the first one.
Okay.
This is only the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap!
My guess is that it'll be either a non-transforming Decepticon or
they're doing
maybe even a smaller version of Megatron. Or Dinobot. I don't know.
They're doing Soundwave.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they did a Destructicon as one of these? They had to get all the Constructicons, and then
they actually did have a schematics patent thing that came out. Who sent that? Somebody sent me that. I don't know who it was, but there's a.
Can you imagine if they did a GoBots and it was those guys? That would be cool.
There's schematics about a Devastator. So I don't.
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, how much is Devastator going to cost?
Oh, I don't know.
This is 1,000.
If you want to talk about cost, this is a little sideways story here. Prime One Studios did a Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime statue. It's like his weapons bay and everything.
Yeah.
And it's 5 feet long and like 4 feet tall. And people were guessing what the price was going to be, and someone said $8,000-$9,000, and the pre-order price is $20,000. $20,000. I was That's
who's going to buy that?
Crazy.
I don't. Where would anybody put that? Yeah.
Jesus Christ! My God.
Wow, this is like crushing your Transformers fandom.
Yeah, I mean, obviously everything is getting more and more expensive, and I do have quite a few of them as it is already. I don't have a whole lot of room for
Checking out.
a lot of this stuff. So
sounds like you're making excuses to me. I think we need we'll do a super chat thing for Dathan to get this.
Okay.
Well, we
So
gotta
go
get the claw machine first.
Yeah, claw machine first.
Then the photo booth, and then
yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whole point of the claw machine and the photo booth is that it makes
this will make money.
At that point,
there's so many things that you
revenue
could do with the
from
claw
those
machine.
things.
There's so many fun things that you come up with.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put the claw machine like right behind where even Travis is sitting right now, and like someone does like a super chat, they can just like, oh, Travis, you got to go to the claw machine and read the fortune cookie that's in the
He's
little
not gonna.
capsule
It's not
or
gonna.
something
That
like
thing's gonna
that.
break down on him. He's not gonna get it to work.
That's a good idea, Dathan. Fortune cookies in the claw machine.
Yeah, and then you open up and that's what the fortune says, or something funny, or Eric has to take 3 shots of bourbon or Scotch party or
he
whatever.
can't.
Eric has to open up an
limited to 2
OnlyFans
drinks.
account.
Yeah.
Are Transformers fans just a bunch of assholes?
Doctor's orders for Chris. Doctor's orders for Eric is 2 drinks.
What about shots?
1 shot is 1 drink.
Well, that's not as exciting.
I kind of we can. There's some leeway with that, maybe.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I don't
All
know
right,
how
back
much
to the
leeway.
main topic, though. I think I'm a little disappointed that Travis or Dathan is a little ho hum on this.
I like the figure. I think if I did not have the other one, I would be a little bit more inclined to probably getting some money together to pick this up. But the fact that I have the other one, and the only thing that it does not do, this one is just transform, and that's it. It does everything else, the voice commands and all that.
Okay. All right. We'll move on. We're keeping an eye on Robeson. Hopefully we can get in the Google searches for Robeson. I'll tag him in this video. All right. Moving on. All right, we got even more stuff to talk about. So WonderCons today again. Wolverine, the brown suit Wolverine is out there. If you guys want to pre-order him, definitely not $1,000. He is $240. So
I will say, as far as Mondo goes, I bought 3 vinyls from them, and they were amazing. Like, the packages for the vinyls are amazing.
Nice.
And so Mondo is like, I really want to buy some more stuff from them, but $250.
You can do 4 interest-free installments of this, or you can do $22.11 a month.
Yeah, let me
It's
just
not sold
grab
out yet.
the bottle of lube, and I'll go ahead and bend over, and you can go for it, Mondo.
Yeah, but all right, so this is still available. I just want to let everyone know. But they announced some more stuff today, so I'm curious if you guys are interested in some of these. So here's a Wolverine, but they're next month. Apparently, Nightcrawler is coming. Does this tickle your Xbox or your your X-Men fandom at all? Nightcrawler?
I'm interested if there's going to be more to the Nightcrawler than just the 2 swords.
I think there will be. This is probably just not a mock-up, but or prototype, but just like here you go, there'll be other stuff with it type thing.
Yeah. I think this is just a prototype too, but there's supposed to be like a you know what I was thinking with Nightcrawler? Like, he's not my favorite X-Man, but it'd be cool if they get all the guys from the arcade game in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can play Nightcrawler, you can play Wolverine, you can play Cyclops. Help me out here, guys. Colossus. I don't think they've done Colossus yet.
Did Arcade 1-Up ever do the X-Men 6-player? Did they ever
They
do
didn't
that?
do a 6-player, but they did a 4-player.
Okay.
I'll talk about the Trek here in a second, buddy. I'm still going here. But yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if you can see in the back, he's got his tail. He can hold a sword in his tail. That's cool. All right. You guys are too excited. So here's another one. Carnage from
I don't like it.
He's buff. That's how he was in the animated show, and that's what's throwing me too. Like in the comic book, he's not that buff.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's just off-putting. Just doesn't look right.
Yeah, I get that. So, all right. So it's a no from Dathan, Chris, Travis. Anything?
No. When I first saw like a close up, I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." Then I clicked on the full blown image, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't. I don't like the way it looks." Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really.
It just says TBD.
This Carnage just doesn't like scream Carnage for me. This kind of feels more like the Venom,
you can add your own blood.
The Venom Carnage movie with Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
Oh, yeah. I think also, hopefully he's not bigger than Venom. Hopefully Venom is taller than him. So I'm pretty sure they probably nailed the scale there, but he looks big. All right. Seems like you guys aren't impressed. All right. No. I thought this one was cool. Chris isn't even looking at it.
This is Winston and the Boogeyman, right?
This is not the Boogeyman. Boogeyman was with Egon.
Oh.
This is the Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah.
Oh, Sandman.
It's the same thing.
Sandman puts you to sleep. The Boogeyman scares you and you're sleeping.
What's the price point?
This is probably the same as the other ones. He's probably $200.
Yikes.
But that Sandman figure looks great to me.
I do like the little figure next to it.
Look at the little arms on him, and he's got the big head. That's cool. The little ghost is from an episode. Oh, Rosebud. I think that's what he used to say in the episode, and he's got that printed on his sleigh. So that's it's definitely a deep cut right there. So I don't know. I
hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my phone's got 1% battery life left.
Crap!
Before we're done, so
all right, brother.
I gotta get off. So good show today, everybody. I will see everybody next week from Phoenix. Eric and I will be on in some way, shape, or form.
Nice.
Plug your phone in.
I know. I didn't bring my charger down. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Have a good week, and I'll see you from Phoenix.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you in Discord. Good night.
All right. We're losing them. Okay, so yeah. I'm really excited for this one. I definitely got to get this guy.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like the fact that they're re-releasing the Ghostbuster figures, but not the Boogeyman or Sam Hain.
Oh, you can't buy them by themselves?
Well, you can buy the Ghostbusters by themselves, but not the Boogeyman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't buy the villains by themselves. The ghosts.
So that's too bad.
Also, I'm really excited for this. This is what I said this in a video earlier a couple weeks ago, that McFarlane needs to do a Spider-Man #1. statue, and it looks like they're gonna do it. They're gonna do a 1/10 scale. I don't know if Chris, if you saw this, but it's gonna be this summer, and there's gonna be a black and red one. So dang, I'm gonna have to get both of them. And I also just want to show real quick. I got Iron Man.
You got to go big.
Yeah, let's see if I can go big.
Yeah, I'd seen you put this one up.
Maybe. Go.
Not to be big.
There you go.
There you go.
Take a look at this guy. Iron Man he's heavy.
Yeah.
He's got a great base on him. Right from that comic book. Iron Man number 256. This is a Walmart exclusive, you guys. Really cool. And I got this for my son, but I told my wife, like, I got this, like, no, I'm gonna keep this for myself. Like, there's no way.
Son.
My son was saying he really loves Iron Man, but like, oh god, I this looks really good. So if you
it does look
if you
good.
see Iron Man there, you guys, like, this might be worth it. He's only $50 only.
See, a $50 price point is much more reasonable, I feel.
Yeah. So anyway, just got that. I was gonna do an unboxing, but I was like, dang, I almost don't want to take that out of the package.
Well, yeah. Are you thinking of taking it out or keeping it in there?
I think I want to just keep it in there now.
Yeah, I think
it stacks so well with my other ones.
That's the problem I'm having right now. Is I've been thinking about taking all these out of the packages, and I'm just like, because I don't plan on reselling them. If I buy,
okay.
If I buy the toys, they're gonna be for me, not for somebody else. But
okay,
there's some of them that I have that I'm just kind of like the Green Goblin and the Spider-Man I have.
Yeah,
I don't want to take them out of the packages.
I don't know if you saw too. I took her out of the package.
Oh yeah.
And you know what it got me was I opened some of my Star Trek figures last week, and they were starting to turn yellow in the packaging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's been after 30 years of me having it. The packages, the bubble on them is starting to turn yellow.
So if you
turn left, your son will too.
So it's the plastic that's turning yellow, not the actual.
Yeah, not the actual figure, but the package.
Okay.
So it's like you might as well take them out of the package if eventually the package is going to go bad. I'm sure that eventually the figure will go bad too.
Yeah.
So
I could see that.
Anyway, yeah, it's gotta live. Let them breathe, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they are meant to be played with.
Exactly.
They're toys.
Tomorrow, I know who was talking about Star Trek earlier.
You, Meatball Saucy?
Was it Meatball? Is he still here?
He is still here. Let's see, who was it?
That's all right.
Yes, it was Meatball Saucy.
Well, tomorrow they're going to release. They're revealing Wave 2 of the Star Trek nacelle toys that Dathan went to He went to the nacelle toys panel for the robots. Oh, Travis is leaving. Okay, no problem, buddy. But tomorrow at 12:30, this better be streamed online. I'm gonna have to start going to WonderCon, dude. And me.
Do you think this is gonna be Star Trek Next Generation toys?
It's gonna be all of them. It's all the Star Treks after or before Star Trek Nemesis.
Okay.
But look, check out the figures at the top. Those are all the ones they're doing. I know they're doing a Kirk. Okay, yeah, thank you, people. You are still here. So I think the Kirk is like one of the ones in the middle. But like,
I wonder if Q is going to be one of them.
They've done a Q though. Like his big thing is like Star Trek figures that have never been done before.
Is that what Nacel's doing?
Yeah, for at least for the first 2 waves. Wave 3 is going to be, he's going to start doing the bridge cruise. So I think they're going to do a couple figures. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 10. I don't know. Who do you think they're going to do, Meatball? Are you interested in this? God, I hate... You know who used to do these things with the silhouettes is Arcade 1-Up. Maybe I'm glad Arcade 1-Up's not around anymore. Or they are, but they don't do anything like this.
Pokemon does the silhouettes
do they?
Too. Yeah. It's like, what's that Pokemon?
You know what? The guy on the very far left kind of looks like a younger person. Maybe that's Wesley Crusher. The next one over has got like a female hair. Maybe that's Captain Janeway. We all know at least one Borg.
Who's the Borg?
Maybe the guy
chef, on the chef in Voyager. The alien
Neelix.
Yeah, Neelix. I wonder if one of them is going to be Neelix.
Well, they already did a Tuvix in the first wave, so I don't know if they might do a Neelix. Okay, Locutus would be cool, but they've done Locutus. There's Travis's back. Yeah. Travis, we were just going over. They're going to announce tomorrow the new Star Trek Wave 2. I don't know how big a Trekkie you are, but
I'm not at all. I hate
all right, but they're, they just got some silhouettes at the top here, and we're supposed to guess until then, but we won't have to wait long. I'm going to talk about it next week. Sorry.
I would guess one of them is Will Wheaton.
Yeah, maybe the guy on the very left. He looks like a younger silhouette there.
Oh wait, younger silhouette. But Will Wheaton's got to be.
Old. Yeah, well, they're not doing an older version of him. Who would want that? Or maybe they would. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, yeah. I'm gonna just keep an eye on this. I'll post it in the Discord too.
Any chance to reveal Stephen Hawking as one of them?
Yeah, he was in an episode. That would be cool.
He was in an episode?
Yeah, Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
that. He must have been if Futurama made fun of the fact he was in.
Yeah, he was definitely in an episode.
I've only seen one episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and it was this one where Picard, I think it was playing a flute or something like that.
Yeah, the Inner Light.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's a great one.
You know it?
Yeah, sure.
That's why I saw it. Everybody said, if you're going to watch one episode, you have to watch this one. So I said, okay, change my mind, Star Trek. And so I watched that episode, and it didn't change.
All right.
Mainly because I knew every other one would be different.
Right. Yeah. The last slide I finally have into an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, they're shutting it down? What are you talking about?
We got so much to talk about tonight.
There is a lot to talk about. There's going to be a Lego Space Shuttle Discovery and SCA. I'm assuming that's the plane underneath it. That looks cool. My only thing is they've already done a Lego Space Shuttle.
Oh, several, haven't they?
They might have done. I have,
like, they were doing those like back in the 80s.
I have one in my attic. They did just a couple years ago.
Yeah,
but they're gonna do another one. Maybe these sold really well. But why don't they do a space shuttle with the? They need to do one with the rocket booster in the back, the fuel tank and the rocket boosters. That seems like what you need to do here, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
am I crazy?
They've done the space shuttle before, but they haven't done it with the plane. And they've done the rocket boosters by themselves.
I don't know. If you're a kid, why would you want the plane underneath when you can do a rocket booster and you could do the gantry?
I think what they need to do is a SpaceX Lego set.
Yeah.
That's what they mean. The kids are over Legos. And with the SpaceX, you can get a axe-wielding Elon Musk.
What's the one that looked like a penis? That's the one they need to do.
Is that Boeing's?
Is that Elon Musk?
It's one of them. I wouldn't be surprised. Or that might have been the guy that Jeff Bezos one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you have enough money, you know you've made it as a multi-billionaire if you have your own space company.
Yeah.
There's the Boeing Starliner.
That's right.
Yep, that's the one that looks like the penis with the balls.
They probably won't do that.
Yeah, I mean, you remember when we thought that was going to be a thing, and all those celebrities were going to be going up into space, and then it just kind of petered out, and now they're not doing it.
Well, that's because their first one they went up, but they ended up stranding two.
Yeah. They couldn't get down.
Two astronauts up there because of the
two
issues.
Astronauts. Well, no, but even when they were sending up into the atmosphere and then technically outer space and then right back down again, right? And Bill Shatner was like, "Oh, this was great," and he was crying and stuff. And then everybody was like, "Oh man, this is going to be great. These trips are going to be going on nonstop." And then they just didn't, and nobody cared to do it. And they just went back to attending after parties and doing who knows what celebrities do outside.
Oh, that was William Shatner went up on Amazon's Blue Origin.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, it was supposed to be like, oh, there's going to be trips all the time, and people are going to be able to go up into space.
I think he's still the oldest person to ever go into space.
Yeah, and he's apparently going back up on Amazon's Blue Origin.
Yeah, because so many celebrities are dying to get up there that apparently Bill Shatner can go more than once.
They are. Meatball,
no, they're not. That's my point.
I don't know if they do a Challenger set. That's it'd probably be a good educational thing for everybody to learn more about the Challenger explosion. But yeah. I don't know. Columbia was the one that exploded also when it was landing, and they probably wouldn't do that either. Lego stuff is so disgustingly expensive. I would have never known it if it was for my nephew asking for the Star Wars stuff for Christmas. Yeah, for sure.
See, I don't think it's I think that I would agree with you normally, J-Rod, but we were just looking at Transformers and action
figures. Nothing for 900.
The action figures for sure are like, they're just plastic that are made in molds, and according to half the reviews that we read, crappy repaint jobs.
Right.
And they're going for like close to what these Legos are going for. So in a way, it's like, I don't know if the Legos are that expensive anymore, except for the fact that they're disassembled pieces of crap that you have to put together yourself.
Yeah.
So you're paying all this money to do a bunch.
You could probably mod it so it has bad heat tile damage.
That's the fun. Yeah.
Well, and it's Lego's also one of those things that there's at least for me, it's become a kind of a hobby to put them together. That's also relaxing. Whereas
it's meditation,
like the
right?
Robeson, it comes already pre-built, so there's nothing there to do. Yeah. It's just kind of a fun little toy to play with and everything. And I mean, if $900 was something I had freely available, Elon Musk, go ahead and sponsor us.
Yeah. Saiyan Spirits, I'll just go to his comment real quick. Like, he watched the Challenger explosion live in elementary school. That's crazy. I remember not watching that, but I remember watching they did a launch like 2 years later or 3 years later. And I remember watching that in elementary school, and everyone was worried that it was something was gonna happen that didn't happen. But that would be traumatizing if you were a kid and you saw something like that.
I was in Ohio and I watched it in class.
Wow.
Because they were showing it. Well, in this town that I lived in, Ohio, was like, it was so hillbilly that, like, you know, anything that they could do to turn on the TV is pretty cool. And so it was an excuse to turn on the TV for all the students. And so they did. And then, it blew up. And I remember the teacher, like, shut the TV off and all the windows were closed, like, so that we could all see the TV. And then she had us open up all the windows, and then it was just quiet for like a long time. And then she's like, okay, back to like learning how to spell.
That'd be a good side topic to talk about. Like, what TV did you guys turn on in school that you remember? Like, I remember when
Channel 1 News.
Do you remember when did they turn on the OJ verdict when that happened live? I remember watching that when that was that. What year was that? 1995, 96. And I just remember everyone in class was just shocked.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. Yeah, we watched Channel 1 News. Yeah.
Channel 1
Anderson
News,
Cooper was on there.
He was, but so was I just remember I'm blanking on the name.
Oh yeah, Sally Ride was the teacher that went into space for life.
J-Rod, the Death Star is 4,016 pieces for the Lego Death Star, unless it was the Escape version, which was 750 pieces.
It's probably worth 1,000 now.
Well, he's talking about how many pieces.
Oh, how many pieces it was? Oh, I thought he was.
I think maybe he was talking about price.
It might have been pieces, yeah. But yeah, either way, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see. eBay. My best friend eBay. What do you got to sell me for Lego?
I was trying to find the good stall music. Oh, here we go. Well, no, it's fine.
So Lego Death Star is going on eBay for $900.
Oh, there you go.
Which,
there you go.
I mean, if you have the money to buy a Robosun Bumblebee, then you could probably buy a Lego Death Star. You know?
Oh, what's this? Did this just pop into our laps? What is this one? Hold on. Did you see this yet, Chris?
Which one?
Is it gonna load? Maybe.
Well, no.
No, it's not doing it.
8-year-olds aren't dreaming of PlayStation 6.
Let me zoom in here. Netflix Games Boss says 8-year-olds aren't dreaming of PlayStation 6. The man in charge of Netflix push into video games has said that he doesn't believe console-style games are the future. That's what he's saying here. Yeah, probably not. He's probably a Steam player like Travis.
Well, no, but I don't think that's what he's saying. I think that what he's saying is that streaming games is the way to go, as opposed to, you know, actually having some hardware that's respectable enough to play.
Oh, sorry, we're watching an ad here now.
Yeah, that's what I think he's talking about, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
we're skimming through,
and that's still one of those things
article.
Where it's like streaming games versus downloading digital or playing off of a disc or a cartridge. There's still some problems depending on which service you're going through.
Well, I was going to say that the quality of said streaming game, I guarantee, isn't as good as what I can get out of a modern PC. That's, you know, a high-end PC or even a PlayStation 5, because it's a pretty decent rig, to be honest. And so, but that being said, I'm also playing a JRPG that looks like an old Nintendo game. So maybe there is some to that, right? If we keep playing the games that we looked at today, aside from Metroid Prime, didn't demand really good hardware.
No, like the Gradius one.
Right. Or even the X-Men game, right? Or the Marvel game. It doesn't require awesome hardware. So you could maybe stream this through Netflix.
Well, I think
I
think almost everything that Nintendo announced yesterday you could stream.
Right.
Like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake.
I thought that game, the crazy thing with that one, I thought they already came out on Switch. I didn't realize it wasn't there yet.
That it wasn't
no,
out
they
yet.
released Dragon Quest 3 because 1 and 2, I guess, were story-wise took place after 3. So they wanted to release 3 first before they did 1 and 2. But like there's also Witchbrook, Star Overdrive, Saga Frontier 2. Like these are all older games that they've just remastered, but
right.
Like I don't think any of them are like going to kill your bandwidth to play. In all honesty,
no. No, and so that's kind of my that's I guess my point is that I may be very wrong. Like maybe he is right, and maybe children will just play lo-fi games and be totally happy with it. But myself, I switch between the two. I play lo-fi games when I don't want to like actually put the effort into really playing a game. Like in other words, I want to be able to just grab my mobile phone or my laptop and play, right? And not my high-end gaming laptop, but just, my MacBook. But I like the experience of playing games that feel like cutting edge hardware based, that they are using cutting edge hardware to do that. So I like games that look aesthetically amazing, right? Like just that look graphically amazing. I do like that. And that's something that I'll always chase, is how awesome can a game get to where I don't believe that hardware can do that right now.
Agreed.
Like I constantly chase that.
So like
right now I've got a 5080 and I'm looking for a 5090 just to be able to see what that graphics card can do. And when I get it, I won't necessarily game on it for days. I'll do a little bit of that, but I'll be focused on pushing it and seeing what I can get out of it.
So then you're probably looking for the developers who try to push the limits, like Crytek.
Yeah.
With the Crysis,
exactly.
The original Crysis game is still
the original Crysis was brutal.
It's still amazing, and so Cyberpunk 2077 was another one that pushed a lot of graphics.
Yeah, it pushed it because of the full path ray tracing. But the other thing though too is that oddly enough, what I played, and I forgot to mention this, I'm still playing Portal RTX now, because I'm playing with this 5080 graphics card. And so the ray traced Portal is a game that'll bring a lot of graphics cards to their knees as far as heat and all of that stuff. So when I'm overclocking, I'm playing that to see how it reacts and see if it's a stable build at that point. So I find that part fun as well. But then I go back to just playing a game. Like I do that for a little bit and then I go back to playing a game. So I guess my point just is that he may be right about people who didn't grow up waiting for brand new hardware technology. I don't know. But I think, though, that there are still a lot of people that are like, wow, that looks... As a matter of fact, I can point to the Madden games. People way older than me will see somebody play a Madden game, like at my place. They'll see me playing Madden, and they'll say, oh... they'll be like, oh, you're not watching a game? That's amazing. I thought we were watching a game. You're playing a game? That's amazing. Right? Like that, I still think is a thing where people want to be or think that it's amazing when they see things, technology look like real life and fool them. Right?
You got to have both.
Yeah, you have to have both. I still like my AAA games, and I will admit that straight up, that AAA games interest me way more when on first impression than than indie games do.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny. Like, I know Eric's not here tonight, but he
Right.
would. I don't know if he would say that, because he would say that he's more of the indie guy. He likes more of the developer that doesn't have as much money, and they're kind of doing their own thing.
He likes the
and
stealth.
They're definitely, a lot of them aren't at the cutting edge.
Well, he would say that he likes games that are doing something different, and he just doesn't get that in AAA stuff.
Yeah.
And then he would also say, so then he would say, and I would argue Baldur's Gate 3 was a AAA game. People keep giving it a pass like it was an indie game, but it had big budget. It had full-on voice acting, and it was using a AAA engine to be made. Mm-hmm. Right. So I would argue it is a AAA game. I don't know why it always gets a pass like it's some indie game, just because the guy who made it is a loudmouth and just kind of talks against the industry all the time. I guess that's why they get the pass. But I played Larian games for a long time. And, you know, I saw them grow into a AAA game producing company, as far as I'm concerned.
I think where it comes from is when you say AAA, you're saying Ubisoft, you're saying EA, or I shouldn't say you, but I'm like
but people
the royal you and everything is a lot of them are just saying that, you know, AAA is associated with the studio specifically, and Larian was not going through any of those studios, so it was they're an indie developer.
So when I say AAA, I'm talking about production.
Yeah, in terms of production and everything, the cost that was obviously involved in Baldur's Gate 3, it falls into that same kind of group set as Ubisoft and EA and Activision and Microsoft and Sony and everything. So yeah, it is one of those that you can sit there and say, this is a AAA game. I think the problem is there's no, at least as far as I know, there's no definable terminology for what actually makes a AAA. Right. And there's just been such a negative connotation with AAA in the last couple of years, because all these studios that have generally put out AAA have fired so many people, developers, that people are like, oh, you don't want to be associated with AAA. You want to be indie, because indie is where people are kind of like, I'm buying indie because I want to support the developers and not the studios. And it's kind of the same thing with the.
I want to play because they have Detroit.
I mean,
I totally get what you're saying.
Ultimately, it comes down to, I want to play a game that from the get go I can get into and play and save and not have as many like technical issues. So I don't care if it's a AAA or an indie game, whatever the case may be. If you put out a game that is completed and is ready for me to play with the least amount of issues, that's the game I want to play.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of a good luck regardless of which production quality you're getting, you know. But I think I deal with it more because I'm in the PC gaming world, where these guys don't have 50 million test rigs to set up and to QA against, right? Instead, you know, it's easier on a PlayStation to QA than it is.
It's definitely easier to QA on a PlayStation or a Switch, because that's all you got to do, hand it out. Just here's a Switch, go test it.
Go test it.
If you're gonna test it on a PC, you got to make sure everyone's got the same PC specs, and you got to have, like, you know,
your test benches,
graphics cards,
and
and you gotta there's so many different types of PCs out there. Is it gonna work on that? Is it gonna work on this one? It gets complicated.
It does, but I would argue, I mean, like, I've always found that's kind of what makes the hobby semi-fun, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. I would say it's nowhere near like it used to be, because I hear of day one patches having to be released for PlayStation right alongside PC, right? So obviously It's just hurrying up and getting games out, and probably to Chris's point with letting go of developers and QA and things like that leads to issues. But no, I like games from both. I just am saying that when I get excited about a game and actually say like, oh, I can't wait to play that, it's going to be something with a production value that you would equate to like a AAA studio.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get surprised. Then I get surprised by indie games like actually Stardew Valley that I had heard so much about, and then when I got sick and was bedridden, I decided to play it, and I actually was surprised at how good it was. That does happen, right? Inscription surprised me at how good it was.
Yeah,
that
you talked
happens
about
at
that a
those
little
levels.
last week.
Right. So it does happen, but at the same time, what I want to see are those 5 games that we saw in the showcase earlier. Doom Eternal and the other ones, that are slated to come out. Those are the ones that I'm looking forward to actually playing, because they're more movie-like, they're more complete pieces of media for me to consume.
Well,
and I'm looking forward now to Last of Us Part 2 comes out for PC in a couple days. So
okay.
So there's another game that I haven't played that now I get to enjoy on PC.
Well, they
play it for a couple hours and then return it on Steam.
No, well, I don't know. I hear that Part 2 is better than Part 1. So I guess I'll take that with the grain of salt. But I've heard
the problem with Part 2, from what I've heard, because I never played Part 2, is the entire purpose behind the story and the themes that they're trying to push. The end of the game just throws them all out the window. Like they don't matter.
But that might be okay with me.
So
that might
I don't know. It's definitely
they kind of rushed it. Or
the biggest issue I had with the first Last of Us was
you just thought it was too brutal.
You kind of you snuck through areas and you had what's her name, Ellie, with you, and and they had designed it in such a way that the enemies would only notice you. So if you're hiding behind boxes and she's standing up walking around, they don't notice her, and it kind of like took me out of the game, because I'm like, well, I'm supposed to be experiencing this stealth portion where I'm sneaking through this area, and then she's just kind of like wandering around with the enemies. I'm like, this kind of is just it kind of defeats the purpose.
That didn't occur to me when I was playing it.
Yeah, it was
like it didn't occur to me.
It was the
Travis. Can you respond to Meatball Saucy?
What did he say? Are you up for trying a PC VR arcade social experience? Yeah, probably.
Is this a Righteous Gemstones thing?
Yeah. What is it?
I think it's the
reason I say probably is because last time I tried to join something I couldn't figure out. It's not that I couldn't figure out, but I was trying to watch the game because it was the Super Bowl, and I don't really use the Quest 2 that I have. So like I've got to update it, I've got to charge it, and then I've got to remember how to use the actual interface on it. So yeah. Oh well, Saiyan Spirits and Eric should have a fight.
Right.
I will sponsor it.
Ooh,
we can get it on Netflix.
Are we gonna start our own late night live like boxing clash?
Yeah, I would call it Foxy Boxing, but it won't be anything foxy. Neither Eric and I don't know if Saiyan Spirits qualifies. Maybe Saiyan Spirits qualifies for the foxy part, but Eric doesn't. So yeah,
could be like the YouTube creator clash thing.
Yeah. Okay, Meatball, check it out, man. They should fight. Eric loves stealth games.
Did Eric play Star Wars Outlaws? I know that's a AAA
Eric did
game.
not play Star Wars Outlaws.
I wonder if he would have liked
I forgot
sneaking
to
around
say this.
stuff in that.
I forgot to say this part too. The other reason why Eric would say that he doesn't play AAA games is because, namely, he doesn't have hardware that said AAA games can be played on. He has a Mac, and that's what he has.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because he doesn't by and large, he doesn't buy things that are made in China, and that makes acquiring a PC rather difficult that can run those games.
Right.
Oh, since we're on the whole Star Wars Outlaws, did you guys see that Tencent now has 25% shares of Ubisoft?
I thought it was 10, but yeah, 25%.
25%. What they did was they created a subsidiary that Tencent owns 25% stake in that will now put out any future Assassin's Creeds, Rainbow Six games, and there were a couple other ones. So Eric's definitely never going to buy another Ubisoft game since it's now a Chinese-owned company.
Not Chinese-owned, Chinese invested. I think that you would have a hard time. The problem is that he would know, because ignorance is bliss when you're boycotting based off of what this is, and that's not an insult, Eric. It just is a fact, right? If you don't know that the person that you frequent at the store is an awful person, the owner of the store, but you go buy comics from that guy, until you find out that he's an awful person, you're doing no harm by buying the comics from that guy.
Yeah.
Right. And the same thing with China investing in the US market. It's hard, right? It would be hard to navigate all of that and find things that truly are untouched by Chinese influence in the US market. It's not easy to find that. So Eric would say, like, as long as I don't know, then it doesn't matter. Maybe even make a stipulation for, like, if they're only 10% owned as an investment, or 25. That's all that they are. They're not outright owned by. It's not a Chinese company, but they've partnered with them as far as investing goes.
Well, they obviously had to, even without Assassin's Creed Shadow.
Right. They needed money. Yeah. They needed money. And Tencent obviously sees an opportunity. It's interesting because the amount of censorship that happens in China, I just don't know how Tencent can't understand that their games probably, well, then again, Black Myth Wukong did really well, right? But you would think that they would say, like, gosh, there's only a limited amount of traction we can get in the US market before they want US made, or games that are allowed to deal with content that US made games deal with.
That's a good question. Does Eric eat Chinese food?
Real Chinese food, yes.
From China?
How do you define real Chinese food?
Well, like, in other words, like hot pots and things like that he can find locally. But I don't know right now if he does, because of No, he should be okay with the amount of sodium and all that crap. You'll have to ask him. There you go. What is Eric eating? That's topic.
That is a big topic of this channel, apparently, or this show.
Well, because he shows up and he just eats and he doesn't share. That's not polite.
Right.
You're not supposed to eat in front of people.
Yeah, you don't see the rest of us eating, huh? Do you?
No.
Maybe
I got my diet.
I was drinking Voodoo IPAs tonight, so
drinking is fun. Yeah. Eating, come on.
All right, guys, it's been 2 hours.
Yep. Time for me to hop back into Assassin's Creed, I think.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, you guys? A lot of stuff. Next week is going to be big because we got all the Switch 2 stuff. So
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Be sure to stay with us.
I apparently made a good business investment with my vinyls that I bought last week for $60. Yeah. They're now going for $135.
Well, there you go.
Did you?
I opened them, and there's something about the vinyl sound that is just fantastic to listen to. All three of the albums I bought, Dune Chapter 1, The Batman, and Mad Max Fury Road, are just great.
Cool.
But
Chris is now a vinyl snob.
But yeah, they're.
You have to put a penny. You have to put pennies on top of your needle to stop it.
Yeah, but I didn't have to put any pennies or anything. They played perfectly.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But they're now going for double and triple what I originally paid for them on Mondo's website. So I don't know.
Are you gonna flip them?
Yep, flip them quick. You already listened to it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You already listened to it. Get rid of it. Go get.
Let's go, bub.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm going to send some jalapenos and asparagus to Eric for him to eat on the segment.
Before we go, real quick question to everyone in the chat or you're here. How much do you think Switch 2 is going to be? Chris?
$459.
I think it's going to go for $399.
No way. I think it's going to be $500.
I think they're going to.
Guys in the chat, how much is Switch? Well,
I guess I have to do $449. I'll shave 10 off so that I'm not over.
You can't go $1 over.
No, $449.
All right, I'm going $499.99.
That's fair,
and that's without a game.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they normally give games, but I thought they didn't. Right?
They might do a bundle with the game for $549.
I
said $449.
I still think it's going to be
Meatball Sausage says $499. Say in Spirit says $399.
I think it's going to be $399 without a game, but they'll probably do a bundle, so maybe $449.
No, you can't take my number.
What do we get if we win?
$99.
You can't be that jerk on that.
Meatball Saucy, got it. This is going to be the price. $499.
I will allow you to say instead, Chris, since you think everybody else went over, you can say $1, Bob.
Okay, $1, Bob.
And, right, be that guy. And everybody hates that guy because that just says everybody's so off their rocker. Here, I'm just $1 because everybody's over, and I'm not even going to try. Just $1.
You know. And statistically,
are you going
how
with
many of those
$5.99
people were like even won?
The $1 Bob people? I don't know because I never saw the show enough.
A whole bunch of them won.
Yeah, the
did the $1
strategy?
Yeah,
sure
because if everybody was over, then it'd be the $1 person who was there. But it's the laziest thing. Like if I was on there, I'd still at least give it like $22.50, Bob. Like $1 is just like I'm putting no effort in it.
Well, there was what was it? It was in middle school. There was a teacher we had. I don't know if you had him, Ryan. What was it, Mr. Allen? But he was on Jeopardy, and so during
Jeopardy
during class, he had to play his video from when he was on Jeopardy for us to watch.
No, I don't think I ever took that guy.
The $1 thing that also ticks me off about the $1 Bob people is this. So they go on there and they think everybody's over. And they do the utmost laziest thing ever by just saying $1 Bob. Yet they're all wearing stupid outfits that they spent like an hour getting ready just to go on the dumb show for. So you go downstairs or just into your bathroom in the morning, you're getting ready to go on Price is Right because you're a moron. And you're looking in the mirror and you're like, man, I really got to look really stupid today. So you go out and you get yourself all gussied up to look super, super stupid. You wait in line, you get in the show, and then you wait to win the lottery of getting picked to look like a moron in front of everybody on national TV. You finally get there, and then you think everybody's over, and so you just go, $1, Bob. No, put some effort into it. Like, put a real guess in. Anyway, that show always made me
now isn't it $1 Drew?
I don't know. Yeah, that's how little I've seen it. Is that guy still doing it?
I think Drew.
Yeah,
Drew Carey is.
He's still alive.
The one.
And he didn't get Me Too canceled or anything.
No,
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hosted by Drew Carey.
Okay.
What an ugly thing to say.
Oh, I don't know. That guy was he was fine. I just didn't think that he'd be in it for the long haul, like on that stuff, because he had his own sitcom and all that stuff, right? Like this whole doing the talk show thing had to have been like a step down from his big sitcom and stuff.
Well, you can't even buy like his. There was the Drew Carey show that you can't find anywhere because of they had all these like musical like songs that they had rights for when it was running, but they couldn't get the rights for to re-release it. So the Drew Carey show isn't anywhere.
It's just dead.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, then that's why he's stuck working the. on the Price is Right.
Wow.
All right.
Well, yep. Okay. Well, Meatball, check out that thing. And that's fine if they were, if statistically they are winners more often than the other bids. It's fine. They're just lazy. That doesn't change my point. They're just lazy winners.
Maybe they're Transformers fans. Are Transformers fans just a bunch of assholes?
Poor Transformers fans.
Yes.
David's not here, so I can.
Oh, there's nice people at the cons.
Oh yeah. Oh, and they're doing a Happy Gilmore too, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Netflix show.
It's on Netflix. Why is it on Netflix? That's lame.
Why is it lame? It's on Netflix. That means that people can watch it.
You can watch it, I guess. But
yeah. You
don't have to as long as you pay the $50 a month.
Well,
Chris pays for the $50 so he can see every movie.
No, I pay $24.99 to see movies at the theater. Netflix is $50 a month.
I thought that Adam Sandler had an agreement with Netflix, though, that some of the Netflix movies were also released in the theater simultaneously, or a little bit ahead of time. Is that not true?
No, I think it depends on the movie.
Okay. Because you'd think that one would be prime for doing that.
All right, that's a good bet. Saying Spirits. If it's $4.99, I'll say I love Ryan's stupid soundboard. If it's $3.99, Ryan has to do a whole show without his. All right. If it's $3.99 next week, I will go with Saying Spirits. I will not do any soundboard for the whole show. Deal?
You're gonna see.
And I will happily do no soundboard for $3.99 because I would love to pay $3.99, but I do not think it's going to be that cheap.
No, I don't see how it could be.
You're gonna see sweat.
We were looking.
I'd love to be wrong.
That would be
love to be
almost
wrong.
as cheap as those plastic toys we were looking at.
Yeah,
that's insane.
I would love to be wrong. I'll be able to buy more Mondo toys with that money.
You would.
And my wife will be happy. I don't know. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Everything Adam Sandler is now on Netflix. Yeah, we're on really off tangent now.
No, that's normal. That's good.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We really appreciate you. Give this video a like. Chris, you doing anything on your channel next week?
I still have my bottom of the box office series that's going on, but I'm going to go see Jason Statham's Working Man this weekend, as well as Death of a Unicorn, the new Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd movie. So we'll see how those are.
Oh, okay.
I did put up a couple of videos on my channel. One for Locked. It's a new movie with Bill Skarsgård and Anthony Hopkins. Wouldn't recommend seeing that one in theaters.
Okay. Well, go check out his video, guys. Ace of Jack's Media Grounds on YouTube. And is Netflix really $20 a month now? My wife pays that bill.
Oh, super chat.
No.
Oh, Meatball Saucy. Thank you so much, bro. Where's my...
Yeah, well, if you have to go without the soundboard, the one exception.
Yeah.
Sounds. That one has to.
No, he said no. He said no soundboard.
No, you have to have a I'll be the judge on that.
Okay.
It's $25.99 or $24.99 a month for Netflix now.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. There's nothing good on. When does Stranger Things come back? That's the only time I want to watch it.
I don't know when their
next. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thanks, people.
I don't know when their next season comes out, but they've been working on it for the last 2 years, at least. So, and it's their last season.
Right. Hopefully that comes out this year.
So yeah.
It has to before everybody gets too old. Exactly. They're already too old.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, thank you guys.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Talking Nintendo Switch 2 next week. Be ready. Thank you so much. Save some money on your credit card.